Episode 600! Lofi Poli Sci, Michael Pickering coming at you. And yes, indeed, 600 episodes since March of 2020, back in Season 1. And here we are, capping off Season 6 with a 2022 in review. Let's go. 2022 was made up of Seasons 5 and 6, and Season 5 kicked things off on January 3rd of 2022 this year, and Season 6 kicked off in mid-August. So as usual, that first season is so long, and this one in the fall is so fast. The January 3rd episode was series number 407. Today we're 600. And we definitely have 7 more episodes this year. So we're at 200 episodes, almost even for 2020. And 200 divided by 365, that's 55% of the year we had a show on. That's pretty intense, people. That's a lot of Lofi Poli Sci for you. I could only imagine for you. Now, some YouTube numbers for you. Not too many, but some little behind the scenes for you. The listeners who watched the vids, because not everyone listens on podcasts. My students, a lot of them, they watch the videos because they can put on the subtitles and they can pause it and write down whatever I'm saying, and they can take notes. But our month with the most views was September, just a few months ago. Now, what was it about September that made it more watched than any other? It was people prepping for midterms and pop quizzes. It's so funny to me that when I look at my courses and what's going on, and then I look at the analytics, and sure enough, pop quizzes and midterms, the numbers jump up every single time. And that's exactly what happened for YouTube in September. And what about, though, the top video watched more than any other video in 2022? Top 10 global events to watch, 2022. A solid list, to say the least, and we'll talk about that more next month. But we had a total of 2,146 minutes of Lofi Poli Sci airtime. That's 35.8 hours of content created this year. Pretty nice, right? 2,146 minutes? And if we divide that amount of content time by the number of episodes aired, it averages out to be about 10 to 11 minutes per episode. But if we switch gears to the podcast apps, Spotify, Apple, so walking away from YouTube numbers, that amount of news content we created, at 2,146 minutes, puts us at 92% more than other content creators in the news category. For podcasters, mind you, not YouTubers. So we create more news content than 92% of the other news category podcasters that are out there, globally. And just like with YouTube, the most listened to episode was also Top 10 Global Events to Watch 2022. Now, podcast listeners, where do they come from? Because Spotify likes to be in everybody's digits and stuff. So 26 different countries is where people listen to us at. 26 out of 200, we're lacking a little bit, people. We need to engage the rest of them countries. There's a whole lot more, 174 out there. And a direct quote here from Spotify in our 2022 wrap. Begin quote. Something magical happened between February 20 and February 26. You had 159% more listeners compared to your average week. End quote. And yes, Spotify sounds exactly like that when they talk to you. 5 seconds to see if you can guess what it was that caused that uppage in listeners. And I'll repeat the quote. Something magical happened between February 20 and February 26. You had 159% more listeners compared to your average week. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What happened between February 20 and February 26? Russia invaded Ukraine. And everybody wanted to get their lo-fi on after that happened, for sure. It's crazy. Once again, I always say I love looking at data and comparing it to time and world events. And you can always see numbers affected by and reflected in real-world data. It's crazy. Now, Lofi Poli Sci was in the top 5% of most shared podcasts globally. Thank you, people out there, for that. And Lofi Poli Sci was in the top 15% for most followed podcasts globally. And thank you for that as well. 2022 was a lot, for sure. If you've been with us throughout that time, we've gone through a whole lot of transitions from 3 days a week with long-form episodes and back to short-form episodes and back to 5 days a week to launching the website for the first time this year to having a really great turnout at our live show just a couple of months ago to really making this our Lofi Poli Sci podcast. And we've been through a lot. And we are not through yet. Just a little tease of some season 7 right there for you. But nothing else, you get no more until next month. Right now I'm in full speed, gear, highness, whatever you want to call it, mode. Prepping for season 7. There's so much to do. New music, new episode art, new themes, new show schedule, content, decisions for it, and guests, and live shows, and websites. I mean, really so much. The clock is ticking. Let's go. But I will give you one more sneak peek, though, before we cut out for the day. Something about season 7. I believe I'm retiring Storytime with Pickering, for now at least, Storytime with Pickering was a segment that ran all of 2022. In Season 5, it was a segment during the Monday long-form episodes, and during Season 6, it's been every other Friday or every third Friday, it's been the episode. And really, aside from feeling like it's kind of run its course, a lot more of where it was going with the things that I just cannot talk about on air. No way in hell do I need some of you knowing some of those things. So just like I said, it's kind of run its course. But perhaps one day, though, or on an occasion, perhaps, I'll pop it into something like a surprise Pickering Unplugged episode and do it in a Storytime kind of way. Who knows? But it's leaving the show rotation for season 7. But that's it. You get nothing else. You have to wait. And me? Oh, I'm done. I'm out for the weekend. But you know how to find me. Check out today's blog on lofipolisci.com. Check us out on Instagram, LinkedIn. Connect to us, people. Happy 600 episodes, Lofi Poli Sci. And always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Talk to you Monday, Lofi listeners. Pickering, signing off.